Oh, yo.
What's
All
up?
right, man. Very first podcast. Welcome to XO Lifestyle.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Who are you?
I'm Nevin.
Okay.
I don't have no nicknames. I mean, somebody might call me Nev or something like that, but yeah, Nevin, mutual friend of yours, I would say.
Yeah.
Father,
Father first.
veteran, and just overall good person, I think.
I hope so. I only have I try to have good people on the podcast only. So you being the first person ever on this podcast is a big deal. You're seeing this in first person. I don't even know the name yet, but I feel like I have a concept, right? And the concept is 30 minutes at XO Lifestyle. Okay, so what that does is permit us 30 minutes of just straight up good conversation. It's not forced. 30 minutes is enough time where it's like, all right, let's wrap this shit up and keep it moving. So 30 minutes at XO Lifestyle, that's what it is. You hear yourself? Everything good?
Yes, sir.
All right, here it is. Boom. Let's go. So I think I want to talk about, like, how long have you been here? Where are you from?
Grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. Moved out
Tennessee.
here from Virginia.
DMV.
And it'll be 10 years coming up here in a couple weeks. So
10 years.
March 22nd, I believe, is my 10-year mark.
Now, has a lot changed for you since when you moved out here till now? Like, when it was some of the main things that, obviously the pandemic, but...
Yeah, a lot has changed.
Well, what did you move out here for? Let me ask you that first.
So initially, I was not really knowing where I wanted to lay my roots. Being in Virginia, I was in the military.
I'm listening.
So getting out of the military and kind of being there was an option. Is what I knew as an adult.
Right.
But it was kind of too slow paced for me. So
Virginia
yeah, Virginia Beach.
Where in? Okay, Virginia.
757.
Okay, that's a little, that's gangsta over there, right?
No,
Okay.
not in Virginia Beach. Well, I don't know. It might be now, but
Virginia Beach, I thought it gets a little crazy.
it gets a little crazy. It ain't nothing like Memphis though.
Yeah, Memphis is.
So Memphis is my comparison. That's what I
That's
compare things to because that's what I grew up around.
Okay.
So it's even to this day it's still a rough city, but it has a lot of culture there. So I didn't want to go back to Memphis because, like I said, I needed a fast pace. I needed a lot to do.
Right.
And I don't like harsh winters. I don't like the cold weather. So
Yeah, it gets nasty.
DC was actually on the top of my list before I came to visit Los Angeles in 2016.
So it was going to be between here and DC originally.
It was only going to be DC.
Oh, it was only going to be DC.
Yeah.
So how did you end up?
Man, that was a crazy story. So we had a group of friends that we were all supposed to go to Costa Rica or somewhere out the country as a friend group type thing.
Costa Rica.
And it all started with one of the guys, my homeboys, had to cancel going, and from there it was like a domino effect. People just started falling off the list.
Not going to Costa Rica.
Not going. So we were all right, let's go to Mexico, somewhere that's if it's only going to be 3 or 4 of us, let's just go somewhere closer. So
Right.
ended up being just 2 people. It was a friend of mine, Rail, and myself, and we were like, you know what, we're not going to go to Mexico as 2 guys.
Right.
Let's just go somewhere we haven't been before.
Right.
So we chose Los Angeles.
Okay.
So we used those flight credits, came out here for his birthday in March, and before we came out, I was just throwing out job applications and resumes out here just to kind of see if I can land some interviews and make the best of it, right?
And this is why you were visiting.
Before I visited, yeah.
So in your mind, as you were visiting, you were like, let me just see
Yeah.
if I have an opportunity to.
Actually, it was my friend Rail. He was like, yo, these jobs, there's a lot of jobs out there. There's some money out there. So
Okay.
he was sending me links. So he kind of motivated me. He kind of motivated me to apply, and I was getting like callbacks like within a couple hours.
Oh wow.
Like it was
Okay.
real. So I'm
Okay.
like, damn,
Okay.
I need to really like invest in like submitting resumes and applications and see if something really pops off. So I was doing that. I was lining up interviews for when I came to visit, and the first day off the plane, within 2 hours, I had a interview from landing, and an hour after I did the interview, they offered me the position.
And it's all your first time in LA.
Correct.
So did you take that as a sign of like, I need to be in LA?
Well, actually, the first sign happened when I was coming down the 110 going north from the airport. And I'm looking to the left right there by USC area, and I saw all those palm trees. I knew
Oh, that.
then.
Okay.
I knew it. And just the air was different. Plus, it was March, so it was cold. And
Yeah.
I think it was actually like snowed in Virginia just like a couple weeks before that. So coming out here, I think it was like 80 degrees, windows down, palm trees. And I was like, this is it.
This is it.
This is
And
it.
this was, you said 2016?
Yep. March
2016.
2016.
Wow. Okay. And now you're here. And do you feel like you're over LA? Do you feel
No,
like
no.
okay?
I'm gonna be here for a long time. You know, since I've been here, other things that's changed is I did, I had two daughters. I was married.
You had two daughters out here.
Yes, 5 and 7 right now currently. So
Mm.
the pandemic obviously was a big deal that kind of shut things down. So,
Mm.
but as far as like growth and opportunity, I feel like there's a lot of that here. I love the culture. I love the weather is one of the main reasons why I moved.
Yeah.
Besides, job opportunities and things like that. So I just see it as a place where, if you really want to make it work, you can.
Right.
And other places, states, it's a little hard because you have either higher competition, higher work ethic, but also you have people that like block you from, getting to the goals you want to meet because it's such a small like niche community type thing.
And you don't feel like that exists here.
I mean, it does in certain industries, but you can reinvent yourself
Right.
how you need to.
For
out
sure.
Here. And it's like waves of, like it's hard to explain. Where it's like a wave of like people that are here and then they
Yeah.
leave because a lot of people move here and they don't last. Sometimes more than a year. So,
Yeah.
I've seen LA eat some people up
Yeah.
quick.
Same. So, do you feel like it takes a certain level of intellect to be here? Can anybody come to LA and survive, or can you just do you go with the flow? Do you come out here with a game plan? What do you do?
I think anybody can do it if they have the willpower.
Right.
I've seen some people out here making moves, and it's like, they may not have the type of intellect or, they may not know what they're doing in that space, but they have drive and they're willing to figure it out.
And that's
So,
all it takes sometimes is just drive, just knowing that you want to
Yeah.
do something and you figure the rest out later.
Yeah, I see people that do stuff out here, and they're just like, I don't know what to do, and this and
Yeah.
that. There, I'm like, you have to like ask people. You have to
Yeah,
make,
talk.
make connections because
Yeah.
the more I'm meeting people and just kind of figuring out what they do, it might not help me, but it might help someone around me.
Facts.
So I always keep like a good contact list of people that that have that drive and that
Yeah.
ambition, because sometimes it helps motivate me to also stay on top of my stuff. And then in addition, it could be a resource for somebody else who might need their services.
Okay. What is your main goal out here? I know things change, right? But it's 2026. Are you what is your business? What are you pursuing? Give me some background on that.
So post-military, I got into like property management, so like
Property
managing
management.
apartments,
Yeah.
like more on the maintenance side of things. And I've been, heavy in that field out here, but I'm learning to really like trust myself because I have a lot to offer myself more than a lot of these big companies.
Oh wow.
So, some people they
It's
like
confident.
job security because it gets me a consistent check or have benefits or they don't want to have that fear of like waiting until they get paid and money. So, I work, in apartments. I worked in like commercial property management, hospitality, hotels. So I've done all the sectors of the industry of maintenance and facilities and property management. But I want to get more on the business side of it to where I'm actually in charge of myself or my team and kind of like build a nice maintenance business that assists these apartment buildings
Okay.
or homes. So a lot of things are like when an apartment moves out or a resident moves out of an apartment, that apartment building has to get it turned over. So paint
That's
it
you.
clean, all that stuff. So I can do that because I've always hired a vendor. So I already know what the pricing is. I know what
Right.
the industry standards are. I know what the company standards are for a lot of these companies out here. So it's like I already have the information. How can I use that to my benefit and go in and infiltrate the system and be a better vendor than some of these vendors who don't even know what they're doing?
Mm. Okay. Yeah, you speaking a language I'm not familiar with, which is dope. So you're not into the arts or the music or the acting.
I'm into the arts to a certain extent. So I actually have an artist, Diamond Chase, who has trusted in me to be her manager. So I been doing that for
Shout out to
just
Diamond Chase.
just under a year, and it's it's taught me a lot, about the industry, about um, how to network,
Yeah.
and just different things. So it
Let me ask you this, because you seem like, for the little bit of time that I've known you, you seem like you're good at talking. You seem like you enjoy having conversations with people. I'm still learning that. What do you think are some of your biggest like tips or what you've learned when talking to people? Do you feel fake when you go out and you go to these parties or networking events? Does it feel authentic to you? Um, is it fulfilling? Is it purposeful? Because I'm currently struggling with that, and I just want to know if I'm the only one struggling with that.
well, actually, I'm not the best when it comes to like
Yeah.
being social. That's if I'm being social, just being outside and meeting people. Like I'm more quiet in that regard. But if I put like the cap on of like I'm working, I'm there for a specific reason, then it's like a switch for me.
Right. You got to
So
flip the switch.
like I could be in a group of people and they're talking about something and I'm the most quiet one because I may not have anything to like interject
Offer
on.
that conversation.
So it's like I kind of analyze and just see where I can, speak
And
because sometimes I get a little bit nervous when I might speak about something that I don't totally know everything about.
right.
And then they look at you like, "What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you sound stupid."
Do you feel like when you step out in LA, you have to if you don't have confidence, do you feel like you have to fake your confidence?
No, I don't.
You don't fake it. So if you're not confident, you just shy away from the whole thing, or
I'm gonna be confident, or otherwise I'm not
also
gonna be
you're
there.
just always confident.
Or I'm not gonna be there. Like there's,
Wow.
there's
Wow.
been times where there's like parties and there's, high profile events that
Yeah.
people stand in line for. And I've gone to some and I'm like, I'm just gonna walk to the front and like I belong here. In a sense, that's kind of faking it, but it's like,
I
what are they
mean,
gonna do? Just say
yeah.
no? And a lot of times, these people working these doors and people working these parties, they just as nervous on letting people in, so they don't know. So it's like,
That's a fact.
sometimes, and it's just like how you speak to people out here. I think there is a lot of people out here that are faking,
Yeah.
And
But they say you have to, fake it till you make it. So
I mean, but there's also a way to do it, like being rude about it, and do you know who I am, and this and that. And
all
it's
that
like,
shit. Okay.
so people can see that out here. So
Yeah.
it's like, and it's already a known thing. So people already have a guard up with that. So coming in, being more authentic, speaking to somebody like with respect, finding something in common with them to have them let their guard down as well. It's something I learned in working for property management, because it's big customer service, like front facing industry.
Right.
So it's a thing called create a connection. So it's like when you see somebody, you like analyze them, what they're saying, what they're wearing, like just
Body
different
language.
things, and you try to find something that you both connect on that they may not know yet. So you speak
So
on
that's
it,
a
and
tactic.
then like it's a tactic.
You learn that in the military
I learned that in property management.
and property management
In the military, I learned discipline and consistency.
and guns and
I was in the Navy, so
Navy.
I did mess with guns a little bit, but not
Okay.
too much. But it's that's like learning how to make sure I'm good and like
Yeah. For sure.
But when it comes to being customer driven, it's like you just use that outside in the world, because we're all people at the end of the day. So
So give me an example. Give me an example of certain body language that you see that can equate to something that you recognize in your brain. Like if you see somebody like twiddling their, like drop game for us, like
well, to speak to somebody, I wouldn't necessarily say it's body language. I mean, obviously, body language is good to be able to know how to speak to somebody, but the creating a connection part is more of a visual aspect when it comes to like somebody's like clothes. So like they're wearing a certain sports jersey or something, and about that team, like
that could be a connecting
it's
point.
like an icebreaker type
Right,
thing,
right,
and
right.
then or if they wear like a certain type of running shoes, like I run, so I might
Right.
be like, oh, I like those shoes, they're pretty lightweight. And do you run? And then it starts that conversation, and then you find that connection you have, and then it goes into like, oh, what else you do, and then
Right.
who knows? It might be a lifelong friend that you meet, or it could be a future business partner.
All right, so look, when I say this, it's not just because we're doing this right now. That is a true skill that can help me in real life right now. And the thing is it's not like, I wouldn't say I'm scared to talk to people or anything like that at all, but I think everyone can agree that the initial icebreaker can be the hardest part of anything. And if I need to start identifying connection points. So that was a pretty useful game.
Yeah, and the best place to practice, I think, is obviously like a nightclub, bar situation, lounge, where you go in and you might, if you talking to a girl or something like that, you can be like, all right, she ordered this drink, so she must like, tequila or whatever.
Right.
And you might know a good tequila drink that most people don't know about. You can be like, oh, you like tequila? You should try this.
Hey.
Versus like, let me buy you a drink. Because that's going to be the number one thing, is like, you're going to buy her a drink, and that's where she's going to categorize
And
you
that's
at.
it.
You
Dang, so you go out a lot.
I used to.
Okay.
When I was married, not so much.
No, definitely.
But now, because I'm like kind of like in the industry with music, and I have to get out to some of these events to make
Right.
connections. So I've also been assisting with a couple of like nightlife party groups out here, just to kind of like understand certain things, meet people, and also just get my face out there, because the more I'm seen out, the more I don't have to worry about like not being able to get in here or get in there or speaking. Like I could be seen and somebody sees me all the time, and they'll approach me like, yo, who are you?
Facts. Okay.
So I have to build my brand at the same time, but I observe a lot. So, and another thing too, I don't drink alcohol.
Why
So
you
when
don't? Why you don't?
Because I leaned on it too much as a crutch. When I was in the military, I was in the Navy. Obviously, there's a big thing about drinking like a sailor. And it's true. So, I first started drinking alcohol in the Navy, and over time, it, became less social, like going out,
Yeah.
and like more of like, at home and
Ooh.
dealing with stress. And
Ooh.
I also used to drink, like when I would go out, I would drink because that's how I would be confident enough to like approach somebody.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we have 10 minutes left in our 30-minute conversation. And what you're about to say is leaning into the next segment, I guess I would say. Exo lifestyle. People ask me what exo lifestyle is, right? If I were to put it into words, to me, exo is something that has aged with perfection, or you know, in my mind, it's the highest quality of what you can consume or provide. A lot of people would think EXO is hugs and kisses, and
Yeah.
it can be, but that ain't what I wanted to do. Like, I just think it looks visually cool as well. And obviously, lifestyle is, the lifestyle. So, what is something in your life that you do that demonstrates an EXO lifestyle? And again, it doesn't mean like, oh, we only drink the most expensive liquors. Oh, we only drive the flyest cars. Like, EXO lifestyle can be something as simple as drinking a smoothie that takes care of your body, or being in the gym, or using your time efficiently, just performing at your most peak level in life. What is something that demonstrates that to you?
For me, I'm gonna have to like veer toward like the mental side of things, because I think
That's a big one.
um, having good mental health, it is the first thing for me at least.
How do you practice that though? How do you can say, yeah, mental health, woo woo woo, but how do you take a conscious effort into to having that for yourself?
It comes with age.
Hey,
It comes with
that's,
the exo, the
yeah,
the being in the barrel so long.
yeah,
I've gone through a lot, from childhood up until now, and I've been through scenarios and situations that most people would be like, wow. So I understand like the meaning of how
Let me try
life.
something real quick. I'm sorry. I just want to try it's about to.
Got the sound effects.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So like going through a lot of stuff, I understand like life is too short to be stressing over little things, and most of it's little.
Facts.
So when I see people around me like going through stuff, I think a huge thing that benefits me mentally is being like a crutch or somebody that can help somebody else. I'm always there for somebody if they need something, if they need advice.
And that makes you feel good, helping
Makes me
someone
feel
else.
good because a lot of people, especially out here, they don't like to help each other like
You're
that.
right.
It's always an incentive
Right.
to be able to do certain things. And I see people, and I'll do what I need to do if I can do it. If I can, I'll just say I can't. But I try to give some of my wisdom on certain situations, especially if I've gone through it myself. But I understand that like life is short. Um, I'm about to be 43 in a couple months, so I'm at a point where like I gotta focus more on my health than anything, not just
Right.
my mental health, but my physical health. And I think since I've been focusing more on my mental health and doing therapy and going to church and just doing those type of things to keep myself like focused and locked in,
Centered.
it helps me with the physical side of things. I sleep better. I make sure I eat well. I'm getting out. I'm running. I'm staying active. And the mental and physical, when it connects, it's like a different feeling.
Right.
And I think it is the main thing as far as what exo lifestyle means to me, because life is a lifestyle, whether you live a poor one or a good one. I mean, somebody can live a really poor exo lifestyle. That's they thing, but
Yeah, that's terrible.
I just don't let the negativity around me like infiltrate.
There you
No
go.
matter what it is, I stay away from drama. I
Mental peace, brother.
Yeah,
You said
so
it. You said it.
yeah, having that peace of mind is I think is a huge keystone for me. Like, it's,
I can dig it. One of my I have a tattoo on my neck that says serenity. I'm not going to say I used to get angry a lot. I wasn't an angry child or anything, but I got serenity because you have to remain in a state of serene, relax, calm down, like calm your mind. A lot with what you were saying, so I
so
agree
how do
with
you
that.
do that? What's your practice methods?
Um, I do a lot, bro. I think one of my biggest things is like I always think about how things can be worse. Some of the problems in my life right now, bro, like I have big boy problems. I used to like have little problems and the higher up you go in life, you start looking at what you used to deal with. Like, man, I used to fight people over $10. I used to argue with people over $5. You know, I, the conversations are different now about what I'm arguing with. I'm like arguing over like LLCs and learning new things, so I start looking at where I am in life. Like whenever something bad happens in my life, me and my brother, we always say, hey man, life is good. We always say that because I remember one day, like we both got our cars towed or something for $500, right? $500 instantly gone.
Yep.
But bro, we have $500 where we can instantly get our car right back, And it's like, imagine if we didn't have the $500 to get our car back, and then the other problems that would come, and the other problems that would come, and it's like through it all, we're blessed. And it doesn't mean just on a financial level. You know what I'm saying? It could be wherever you are in life. It's like I think having that mindset when I was right here helped me get to right here because in my mind I'm thinking, man, like it's gonna be okay. I have my health. A lot of people don't have their health. It's like, oh, like you're broke. That's okay. You can go get some money. Like, oh, your girl cheated on you. Like, oh, you trying. But if you don't have your health, there's people right now that cannot get out of bed, bro. And that's what I hold on to every day. Building a brand, people that want to be involved, don't want to be involved, people that leave. It's like, man, like, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna try to be okay. It's XO lifestyle. That's what I do. What else you want to talk about, man? I've been asking you all these questions. What is something, you know?
So, your journey here in LA, you asked me about mine a little bit. What is your take on Los Angeles in your mindset? Like, do you feel like this is a place that you'll always be? Do you like what type of environment can you give, like paint a picture for the world as, a lot of people may not have come to LA or they hear certain things.
So, man, I always knew. I always knew that I was gonna be in California. I always knew. My first rap name before signed XO was California Troy. My first rap name was California Troy. And we might have to save this for the next episode, brother.
California Troy, all right.
California Troy, I'm gonna leave it there.
To signed XO.
To signed XO.
Transition.
Well, it was Merlin Miles. It was California, Troy, when I was living in Maryland.
Then you came out.
Then I came to California when my name should have been California Troy, but my name was Merlin Miles.
Yeah.
So I got rid of all of that, and now I'm signed to XO. Yeah, man.
Growth. That's growth right there.
Yeah, that's growth, brother. So shout out your company, Turn
LA.
Turn LA.
Turn LA. I help small businesses, homeowners, big businesses. So just handyman service, cleaning service.
You helped me. You helped me a lot, man.
I've been here, put in a little bit of work, so was working today actually.
Let's keep it going. Let's see how much time we have left. We have 50 seconds, man. This is a good conversation.
Yeah, I appreciate you inviting me like this. I wasn't expecting this. So,
yeah, man. Look at the wall.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice.
It definitely is.
Yeah, bro. So I appreciate you being part of the very first episode.
One-on-one.
One-on-one.
One of many.
One of many. You all have patience with me as I'm building this. This is raw. This is uncut. It's going to be more to come. We're going to have you back.
Oh, yeah. I got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about, man.
And I know you're going to have some good guests on here, so.
Yeah. I'm trying to build it up, man. Find some super interesting people, or just get game from people, get their perspective. And that's it. XO Lifestyle, signed XO, Nev, Turn LA. We out of here. Oh, let me do this. What we got right here? Goodbye. Hell yeah.